Presented by Spotify. Fresh vibes, real talk.
Let's get started, shall we?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. This is, of course, Coffee Talk, powered and presented by Spotify. And boy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Lights. And we might be messing up this whole segment because, we say Friday Night Lights, right? But I think the show might be uploaded on Saturday as well. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get the schedule right with all of our podcasts. We just had a Grand Slam, great week. We had a great week. It's been a great week. K.L.P Entertainment and producers and cast members and staff. Thank y'all so much for a great week. We just had just a very fantastic week of podcasting. Me and Monica, we came back. We do a light version, and I think I might mention this in the keynote, but I'll say it again on the show. It's okay. So me and Monica, we're going to be doing a light version of Coffee Talk for Monday or Tuesday. And then typically Fridays, which is today, maybe a little edge over to Saturday, we're going to be doing the full cameras, lights. That's the Friday Night Lights special episode. And there's like 2 episodes a week. Yes, if you guys watched the keynote, by the way, thank you guys. If you watched the keynote's available everywhere. It's like 16 minutes, right? It's not that long of a keynote. But I was in the conference room and we was giving you guys ideas and plans of what we got coming up next with K.L.P Entertainment, and I'm very very happy about the results of it. I think a lot of people love the changes that we've made. I think a lot of people are here for it. I'm here for it. We show snippets of my new movie Guardians that's getting cooked up, getting cooking up right now. And I just got to say thank you guys so very much for watching the keynote. We had a lot of views on the keynote too, so I'm very happy and blessed and highly favored when it comes down to those type of things. It's a lot of work that goes into the videos that we do, but it just helps us spread the awareness. And today's just been this whole week has been a very fantastic, successful week. When it comes down to what had happened was with me and Evelyn. Shout out to Evelyn. We'll be back this coming week to record 2 more episodes, of course. We also announced Battle of Atlanta. Can't wait for that. Super excited for that. We got some news, some new concepts with Battle of Atlanta 2026. And of course, if you guys watched it, Storm of Okra: New Beginnings, the visual novel that is available on all audio platforms you get your podcast from. But if you're watching it on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, thank you guys so very much. So it's been a great week. So I'm trying to get the schedule right. I promise you guys, I will have this schedule right for y'all. But welcome, Coffee Talk, powered and presented by Spotify. Friday Night Lights. I'm back in front of the camera, back in front of you guys, giving you guys yet another exciting podcast here today. Now, let me tell you guys something. I'm very, very excited about the topics that we have today because we got a packed show. I'm gonna be honest. We got a packed show for you guys. We've got something very, very special. I'm very, very humbled and excited to talk about the state of play, which I'll get to that in just a few moments or so. But stay tuned because tomorrow we doing Kennedy Lucas Lift Mindset podcast, and that's gonna be probably uploaded on Sunday. Hope I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's when I think is gonna happen. That's when I think is going to upload for that show. So we got some great news, of course, when it comes down to it, and let's get on to the topics of conversations. Of course, let's talk about it. The state of play. Now, I won't dabble onto everything that we saw at the state of play, right? I won't do that necessarily, but when it comes down to it, I gotta talk about it. Now, I was able to watch the state of play when it came down to it, the PlayStation state of play. If you guys know, I am a huge PlayStation guy. I'm gonna say it, and I've said it in plenty episodes before. It is a great time to be a gamer. Let me tell you guys something, of course, because the beginning of May. We got it. We happy June, by the way. If everybody's dabbling into June, we're finally in June. It's getting hot outside too. So at the beginning of the month of this month of May, we've got Lego Batman: The Dark Knight Legacy, or I think that's what the title is for that Lego game that is out for PlayStation 5 and other consoles. And also we got 007 First Light. I kept saying James Bond 007 First Light. That is not the name of the console or the game. The name of the game is 007 First Light. Boy howdy, if you guys want my review, I will do a review, a full sort of a full, well, I already did a full review last week's episode, so you got to watch it. But that game I'm still playing. I'm on chapter 10. There's a beefy 17-minute or 17 minute 17 chapter um concept with the game, about 20 hours or so depending on your speed of play. And I'm here to say this too cuz I saw this article tonight and I just don't understand some gamers. I don't. We some gamers are complaining because 007 First Light, some people say that it's too short. Comment below if I'm wrong, guys, but honestly, I think First Light was good enough in length. I'm on chapter 10 and it feels like I've been playing the game for a while. Now, granted, and maybe it just because, people have time. And I'm not hating on gamers who have time to sit down and play video games all day and review. Some people play video games all day because they have to review it for their channel, right? It's their business, it's their job to sit down, play video games, and talk and review and podcast on it. And that part I understand, right? But I also saw articles of just avid gamers who have a 9 to 5. They are sitting there playing the game and they're complaining about it being too short. Even if there are gamers who may not have a 9 to 5 and may not play video games as a career, as a job, they are also bitching about it being too short. And I gotta say, guys, I think it's long enough. Right? I feel like I've been playing that game for a while and that game just came out. Now I'm having fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm having so much fun with 007 First Light. I tell you, the one chapter again that got me, that got to me, was trying to use the magnetic ball and like the robots are coming after you and these robots are insta kill robots so they're going to come up and kill you, right? So and that mission's fun. It's tedious. It got my heart sweating, right? But it was very fun to do. Um and I'm on chapter 10. And I got 7 more chapters to go in this game. So I don't know. I feel like people in the video game community, some people in the gaming community, you just can't please them all, right? I think IOI Interactive did a fantastic time, that fantastic job when it comes down to giving us a great big beefy video game of it being First Light. It is long enough, in my opinion. I'm sure they're going to add some expansions and some more DLC coming down the pipeline. I'm sure that's coming. But I do got to say, the game is long enough. And honestly, it's long. I think it's long. I think it's very interesting. It's like a Hitman game, right? But with the mixture of cinematics. I honestly do think it is worth $70. I do. I'm not trying to be a fanboy for James Bond because I'm a huge James Bond guy, right? I'm not trying to be a fanboy for IOI Interactive, but I got to be honest with you. The game's long enough. What else do you gamers want, right? First of all, and the game went gold. That's the first thing I don't get. The game went gold. Video games don't just go gold, and people don't just give them the gold status just for the hell of it, right? It goes through critics, it goes through reviewers, it goes through a lot, right? It goes through a lot of the trials and tribulations for a game to reach gold status. And 007 First Light has done that. You have a lot of video game developers who made this game, put in their blood, sweat, and tears, mix this weird economy that we living in to give us a great game. And we're bitching because we think, not me, that the game is too short or too long. Or excuse me, too short. It's not short. I think the game is long enough. We have to normalize that, guys. The game is long for what we need it for. I think we got to start bitching. I think we got to enjoy the game, right? Just enjoy it. Let's enjoy what the creators of IOI Interactive have given us, right? They've given us a solid gold game. I like it. I'm here for it. I rock with it. I just hate that people complain about that stuff. I really do. So again, this month of May, now that we're in June now, but this month of May, we've had a great month, right? June, now we're in the showcase. Now we're getting a lot of video game showcases this month. It's a little bit, I want to say it's a little slow this month, and it's rightfully so because we got good games last month, right? I think the only good game that I'm very excited for because I did see IGN do their review. I'm not trying to go all off topic here, guys, because I'm gonna get to the point, but I did see IGN's latest review of their first impressions of Star Fox. Now, Star Fox is getting ready to come out June 25th. And by the grace of God, actually, one of my business partners has gifted me a gift card. So he gifted me a gift card. So I used that $50 gift card to pre-order Star Fox. So I essentially got a free game-ish. I didn't have to spend money on it. So they gifted me a gift card. So we spent it on a pre-order for Star Fox, and of course, we had to buy some podcast equipment too. A lot of things are changing with the podcast, by the way. I think what's getting ready to happen that's coming to the studio is we ordered two boom microphone stands. So this table won't be here, the mic won't be in my face; it'll be on a boom, and I think that's where we're gonna do it. We do have the Rode mic arms that we have that's in the studio. We just, if you guys know, we switch studios and we move things around, right? And what happened was set we had to move entirely that set. So it's coming. The boom is coming. So minus the point of the gift card thing, I got two new booms are coming. I'm only gonna use one, but there's two new booms coming in the studio. So that way that gift card, make that gift card work for me. But I also was able to pre-order Star Fox for Switch 2. So can't wait. That's gonna be in June. That's gonna be my June video game, right? They keep video game developers and publishers, they keep us fed for sure. Um, so we've getting the state of play, right? And I can only talk about the state of play on this episode. I can't talk about the Xbox showcase because I haven't watched it. So I can't talk about something I didn't watch, right? They start off the bat, Wolverine. Wolverine from Insomniac Games. You guys have my money already. Let me tell you guys something. I'm a huge Wolverine fan. And the voice actor and actor of Wolverine in this video game sounds just like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Just a little bit sounds just like him, right? Now, they start the show off with Wolverine gameplay, and it's gory. It's a lot of blood splatter. I didn't think Insomniac Games was going to take it there. I honestly didn't. I honestly swear to God, didn't think they were going to take it that far with the blood splatter. But blood splatter, blood splatter, blood splatter. It's blood everywhere. This game is bloody. They introduce about 15 minutes of combat gameplay. I'm sure there's a little bit more within the gameplay and within the mix of the game that they have in the game. They just couldn't show us, right? We also was able to see Jean Grey as the one of the superheroes. And I read this article, and comment below if this is true or not, that the X-Men doesn't exist yet in this game, right? I think this is a formulation of the X-Men, which is good. Let me tell you why this is good. For obvious reasons, ladies and gentlemen. If the X-Men didn't exist in this Wolverine game, we're going to get Wolverine 2. And if Insomniac Games get the bid to make a full X-Men video game, boy howdy, game over. And I'm sure they will, right? Because a lot of these studios want these IPs because that's how they stay employed, right? That's why Insomniac Games is working like crazy because you've got, they've been established for a long time, but you got Ratchet and Clank that kind of gave us the well, no, actually, it was Spider-Man. Spider-Man 1 for PlayStation 4 that gave us kind of that blueprint of new Insomnia games. And then, of course, now you had Ratchet and Clank that enter the fold. Now you've got Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales, and now you have Wolverine, right? I honestly do think Insomniac should get the, if no other studio wants it, and they probably won't because Insomniac Games is just packed right now. They're just packed with stuff right now. But I honestly think it would be really cool if Insomniac Games got the IP of Sly, right? Because they got the IP of Ratchet and Clank, right? Why not get the IP of Sly Cooper? I think they can make a fantastic game, but Insomniac, they're busy. They're busy with a lot of stuff. So they gave us that. Of course, in the first couple of 15 minutes of that trailer, you're Wolverine. You're trying to save these mutants from getting deported somewhere else, and now you're slashing your way through these enemies, clawing them out, bloody, 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 bloody. Right, and now you're in this motorcycle cutscene where you're riding through the motorcycle. And I think that gameplay is a little bit longer than what we saw. Again, they can't display everything, but you're on the motorcycle, you save the mutants, and then Wolverine's getting shot, and then he flies out, and then there's your title card to reinsure that the game is coming out this September. I really like the attention to detail that they did, right? You've got Wolverine that's getting pierced. Wolverine is getting deep cuts. Wolverine is getting bullet holes through his body, but of course, he has regenerative powers. He regenerates his wounds, right? So I think this game is going to be a slam dunk. I can't wait to play it. It's September, guys, and it's official. It is September. They didn't delay it. There's no delays. The game is nearly finished for us to play and enjoy. I think this opens up a lot when it comes down to superhero video games. I look forward to it. And I wanted to again, I'm going to talk about the games that I am mostly excited about. I know there's a lot of games that we already know about with Silent Hill, that video game. I'm not big into horror games, so I'm just not into it. Control, the spinoff of Control. I haven't played the first Control, so I'm not really interested into it. Kamiri, Kamiri is kind of an indie type game that's getting ready to come out. That it looks fun. It looks kind of like Fortnite, just a little bit. So it's just kind of like your typical type of Fortnite style. But I look forward to it. I'm glad to see studios in smaller studios that are making video games and they're pulling it off with the budget and the economy and how much it costs to make a video game, right? So it's wild to me. Of course, we did get the Marvel fighter game, the token I think it's called Marvel something token fighters or something. It looks cool. It probably won't be a game that I pick up day one. That game might be, and I'm big into fighting games, and it looks really cool. I'm not, don't give me wrong with the developers. But it's just not a game that is just gonna make me like, "Ooh, shoot, I gotta get this game when it comes out," right? I'm just not there with that game. I honestly might pick it up when it's on sale, right? All video games go on sale again when it gets closer to fall, it gets closer to the winter time. Games like that go on sale for Christmas time. So I might pick it up when it's on sale. Or if it's on Game Pass, I might do it that way, right? It's just that's not a game that I'm excited for. Um, and then we did get Raymond, right? Raymond is getting an update, remade 3D, more voice actors. It's called Raymond Origins Untold. I think it's going to be very, very fantastic. I think it's going to be pretty. It's going to be. I like the rhythm they have in previous Raymond games. I really like this new take on it, and it's from Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft finally, I gotta say, is on an upswing, right? You got Assassin's Creed, Black Flag Resync that's getting ready to come out from Ubisoft. That is a highly anticipated game that's been remade from the ground up because that's a fan favorite from every gamer out there. And now they're working on Rayman Origins Untold, right? I'm excited. Ubisoft, you're on an upswing. Let's keep that momentum going now, and perhaps we get a Splinter Cell game next, right? I like to see what happens, right? I'm always going to fight for these IPs because a lot of these companies have these cool IPs. They just don't know how to utilize them right, and then they never use them, and then it sucks, right? Because if you're not using them, they just kind of get left in the bucket, right? That's why Star Fox is having an upswing because that's an IP that you kind of shelved it for a while, and now he's coming back. So I look forward to that with Raymond, his new style, and voice acting a little bit, and just the 3D of it. I think is going to be really, really, really cool. And then, of course, we've all the other games. You've got Phantom Blade Zero. It looks cool. I'm not big into the Souls like games. I tried Elden Ring. I couldn't beat it. I couldn't play it because it was just too hard for me. I'm just not that type of gamer. I have to do a pass on it. And of course, they did announce two games for PlayStation Plus. I'm an Xbox Game Pass person, right? I just think Game Pass is a little bit still better, right? Now that Oscar Schwarmer's in office, not my bill is less now, which is great. I'm still an Xbox guy when it comes down to subscription gaming, Game Pass all the way. And then the main event, the main event. I I feel two ways about this. I kind of wish it was another IP, right? I think it's time again. I'm a big Sly Cooper guy, right? That was my childhood, Sly Cooper, right? I kind of wish we had Sly 5 as the next one to come up with IPs, right? Either that or Jack and Daxter. Like those are the childhood memories, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people got to tug on us childhood people that play these games as kids because we will spend 70, $80 for our fan favorite game. Now, if you ask from all the IPs from PlayStation, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, God of War, Kratos, Sly, so on and so forth. Sly is my favorite IP. It is. Boy, howdy, I wish we had Sly. right? I wish we did. That wasn't the game that was announced. Because I know PlayStation State of Play, they hyped this thing up. They did. But I'm not mad at us getting a new God of War game. I'm not mad at it. All right. I'm not mad at it. Because this new generation of God of War, I like, right? The 2018 God of War, I played and loved it. Game of the year. God of War Ragnarok, I loved it, played it, and I actually restarted it because I just love it. I love it, right? I love it. I love Greek mythology. I like Kratos. I like Atreus. I like the characters. I like God of War, right? But I also do like that Santa Monica Studios have decided to shift this thing up. Now we're in the afterlife with Faye. And the story is told that Faye is fighting against the Greek gods and mythological gods that is trying to form Ragnarok. So it's an in between God of War and God of War Ragnarok, for what I'm hearing, for what I read in articles. I like it. I like the concept. They didn't give us a release date, so it's, to me, I think is going to be released next year. I think they gave us a teaser now, right? It says coming to PlayStation 5. I think the next big announcement where we're going to get the official release date, that's going to be at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley probably already know when that game is coming out. And this is just my prediction, guys. This is not fact. I think Jeff Keighley already know when this game is coming out, and Santa Monica say, "Hey, we're going to do this at the Game Awards." Is what I think is coming up next for the game. Now, this new game is called God of War Lao Fei. If I pronounce the name right, a lot of people on social media, on the internet, everybody's trying to figure out how to say this title. Um, so I think it's God of War Lao Fei. Very, very good. I, I'm here for it. Right? I like the name. I dig it. Um, I like the powers that Faye has. I like that Faye is wielding this sword. I like the facial expressions that she's doing when she's fighting. Here is my gripe on people on the internet. Popular opinion, this might be controversial to a lot of people. A lot of people say they don't want to play a God of War game that you have to play as a 45-year-old modern suburban mom. Let me tell you something. I get it. I understand. I'm going to say it. Your opinions are valid. They are. They are so valid of how you feel about video games, right? But I have to say, Santa Monica didn't do this for an agenda. Santa Monica didn't do this for political views. Santa Monica don't really give a fuck, right? Santa Monica is here to tell a story of every known character that is most importance. Kratos, Faye, and Atreus. I can't wait because I'm sure they're gonna develop a standalone video game for Atreus, right? It might be God of War Loki, right? There's gonna be some. I mean, that probably won't come to 2032. But Atreus, Loki, like they're gonna think he's gonna get his own game eventually. As in our lifetime, he's gonna get his own game, right? Because you introduce Atreus' combat style and fighting style in Ragnarok, right? As a companion, right? And you actually get to play as him in Ragnarok, right? So there's more that they're gonna do with Atreus in the future, right? I'm not mad at it that you're playing a girl, right? I think a lot of people, again, some people might think of this politics. Some people don't. Some people are going to say that this is woke. That I've seen the meme, God of woke instead of God of war, right? I get it. Your opinions are valid. I'm here for it. I believe in female power, even though, hey, I'm single and I think different about today's society and relationships and girlfriends and whatnot. I spelled that so many times on this show. You guys know how I feel about that type of topic. But you've got to remember, if you are a true gamer, there's been a lot of female characters that you played that were amazing games, and I can name three off the back. Mirrors, well, I guess this is four. This counts as two. Mirror Edge and Mirror Edge Catalyst, right? You played as a female. There's this game called Remember Me, which was very, very good. Hard as nails, though. Very, very good. Actually, I got five. The fourth game, Stellar Blade, that everybody loved, even though it was kind of fan service, right? Some of the costumes were a little bit lust and risque, and the fellas played the character in their bra and panties because it's lustful and it's I guess it sold, so people bought it, right? And then you got Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon, right? The Horizon game. So Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon the Forbidden something. I forgot the name of that game, right? And that was game of the year. Everybody could not stop talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. So what makes a God of War La Fate different? Why are people bitching that you're playing as Faye, who is also a god, lover of Kratos, who has mystical powers as well? Why are we bitching about that? But then you got Stellar Blade. Again, that Stellar Blade is a good game, right? For what I haven't played that game yet. But you got Stellar Blade where you got perverts who modded the character in her underwear and playing as her. And maybe hell, even Bayonetta has the same kind of concept. But we are upset because now we're playing as a female in God of War. Some gamers, I got a sixth game. I forgot about this one. This is a good one. Tomb Raider, right? And they also announced Tomb Raider: The Legacy, Atlas, Legacy of Alice or something. I'm butchering these names, but Tomb Raider from Amazon Games, they're developing, and the Laura Croft, she got some knockers and more curvy. She's a little bit more curvier in this game, so I can't wait for that game to come out. Not for that reason, guys, but it looks like a fun game. But again, all these games that we're playing as females, right? Now it's a big issue because now we're playing as a female for God of War. Why is that? Why is that? Is it because Faye doesn't look sex appeal? Is that it? She looked too manly. Is that the concept? She's not in her bra and panties in this game. Is that why we're upset, fellas? Because I don't think we should be upset with that. First and foremost, you play the video game for the plot, and not the plot is not that. The plot is the story of Greek mythology, right? We're getting ready to step into God of War Egypt. I can't wait for that game to come out in 2030, maybe 2030, 2032, maybe. Right? We're stepping into the role of telling stories, and that's where Santa Monica Studios decided to go. Right? And then a lot of people say, "Oh, the game's not going to sell very well because you're playing a girl." I beg to differ. And call me a pick me, I guess. I will be picking up that game when it comes out. Because I'm not caring about me playing as a female. I care about the story, the combat. Even the combat looked good, right? The combat was great in Ragnarok. This combat looks good and solid, right? I think it is mystical. They're going with a more mystical approach. You got this giant cube thing and the ribbons with the sword. I think that's kind of clever. That look, it's creativity. I play video games for the creativity of what these developers do, right? Somebody has to do it. I'm a creative too, but I'm not the creator of filmmaking and animation. I don't know how to make a video game, right? So that's why I go for these video games for the enjoyment because these developers are putting their heart, sweat, and tears and their money on the line to make sure that this game is good. Sleepless nights that they're missing to give us a good quality product. And fellas out there in the world on the internet, they're bitching because you're playing as a girl in God of War. Who cares? Who cares? You got two games for God of War that you're playing Kratos. You got Sons of Spartan, which is a good 2D platform, very good game. It's $30 too. You guys should pick it up. And the original voice actor for Kratos said, "Hey, the God of War remake is happening." Right? So you're going to get Kratos in these God of War games. Let's let the women have this one. Right? It's a video game. And by all means, if you don't want to play the game because you don't want to play as a woman, okay, don't buy the game then. Because guess what? Santa Monica Studios know for a fact, a shadow of a doubt, that they're gonna have millions that buy this game. And if it's you out of that 1 million that won't buy the game because you're playing as a girl in this game, Santa Monica don't care. They're gonna move on. They're gonna move on. They're gonna make their millions, right? They got money's backing on this project. You got God of War remakes are happening, right? And if you don't want to play, go play Ragnarok then. If you haven't bought Ragnarok, buy Ragnarok. You're making them some more money. Play Ragnarok if you want to play as as Kratos. There's nothing wrong against Kratos because Kratos is a good character. Obviously, he's the mainstay. He's the star of the game, right? But it's time to switch things up. I like it when studios do that. I like it when they switch things up. So, and that was the state of play. Like I say, state of play was solid. They got a lot of great things that I'm excited for. Wolverine is the next one for September. You've got Tomb Raider. You got Rayman. You've got God of War again, like I mentioned, in maybe next year or so. So it is a great time to be a gamer for sure, ladies and gentlemen. So I do got an interesting story, an interesting topic, if you will. I'm very, very excited to talk about this topic and this, this moment. If you guys enjoying the show thus far, thank y'all so very much. A lot of people notice that I look a little different. Yes, I got some new spectacles, guys. I had to go. I'm gonna tell you this story too. I had to go. This was last week. Yes, last week, or these came in the mail last week. Last week. I had to get some new prescriptions put into my glasses. For a lot of people who didn't know, for months I haven't had headaches day to day straight like that. No, and I also had to change my habit too because it's part of it's kind of my fault because I don't stay up too late, but I watch TikTok on my phone in my bed, which I shouldn't do that. I've started doing that, and I'm learning. Well, I've stopped doing that now. I'm learning to stop to do that because that's a big no no. When you're in bed, turn your electronics off and go to bed. Right. So I would have gleaming headaches where it's more like the back of my head and my eyes, and I knew that wasn't good. And so I ended up needing to go to the eye doctor. And my doctor, shout out to Dr. Brown, she said that my eyes are pretty healthy for my age, which is great, which is amazing to hear. Um, and I'm not saying that as I'm old. No, I'm not old. I'm 30, but I care about my health a lot more. If I'm really really sick, I'm going to the doctor. If I'm having headaches and eye pains, something's wrong with my glasses, something wrong with my eyes. I need to go to the eye doctor, right? I take the time to go to the doctor when I can. I know it's hard for a lot of people because the economy's pretty shitty right now. Insurance doesn't cover much, and that part I understand. But with the grace of God, this is why I would say to a lot of people: always have a rainy day fund, right? Whatever savings account that you got somewhere packed up somewhere, always have a good rainy day fund. I can't express that enough. Always have a good rainy day fund. So I ended up going to the doctor. She got to take a look at my eyes, and she was like, "Yeah, Mr. Patterson, you got stigma in your right eye." I was like, "Yeah, I knew that for 30 years, so that's nothing new. I had that for a while, for years." So I ended up needing to get an upgraded prescription. I got the blue lights in these glasses, and then I also got the anti-fatigue prescription in these glasses too. Because if you guys know, whether if I'm not podcasting, I'm out filming. If I'm not filming, I'm at my desk. If I'm not at my desk, I'm looking at some sort of screen, right? So I I needed the anti-fatigue for these things, and I just wanted some new frames, make me look a little bit more techie, right? So shout out to Warby Parker. They're not a sponsor of this podcast, but I went to Warby Parker again. There you have America's Best. You got Four Eyes. You got Lens Crafters. You got all those eye people. I went to Warby Parker because let me tell you, the location I went to, they have great customer service. They help you with the style that you're looking for. Shout out to Dr. Brown. She's professional, but she will joke with you every once in a while. She's a black doctor first and foremost. So that's a plus. Not to say nothing wrong with all the other counterpart doctors, but again, Dr. Brown was a black doctor, so she knows. And she was able to get me squared away. And I ordered my glasses and they came a week later. So that's fast service to me, right? Glasses like that, sometimes they take a week, sometimes they take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. This one came within a week, and I was able to switch off my gold glasses to my more tech era. And now these glasses fit my eyes. My eyes are more accustomed to it now. So I've been looking a little different, haircutting as well. So I wanted to talk about this because this has been the gleaming conversation. Um, and I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to voice my opinion. And this is what I think about this topic. So there's this young lady. If we all know, hopefully everybody's been graduated by now. At the beginning, when I got back from Cancun, back to the offices, it seems like there's a graduation going on every day. It was a lot. I'm glad that everybody's graduating, but boy howdy, I'm glad graduation era is over. Traffic is a little bit less where I be going. Um, so there's this young lady who was supposed to be graduating, and she says on TikTok before she graduates that her plan is to act a fool. Her plan is to do a split, bust it wide open, booty popping and everything, while she's walking across the stage. So she goes on TikTok and she says that she's confused why she didn't get her diploma. She earned that diploma. She worked hard for that diploma. And here's the rant moment I got. Baby girl, you didn't get that diploma because you walked across that stage and bust that split like you worked at Blue Flame, like you worked at Magic City, like you work on work at Strokers on Lean, right? You look like a prostitute stripper when you did that. And my rant moment is because I blame, again, I'm not trying to sound like an old person hoping everybody that's here in the studio, but I blame technology. I blame social media for that action because, baby girl, you're too young to be doing that kind of stuff. First and foremost, you're graduating high school, you ain't fully grown yet. A lot of people think I'm graduating from high school, I'm grown. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not grown. No, far from it. I can tell you what grown look like, right? So you go across the stage, did a whole ass split, and this wasn't like a cheerleader split. It was a split, and I'm gonna bounce my butt up and down. It's very sexual like. And I gotta say, the most gross thing that I've seen from a young lady. Because, young lady, you had parents, grandparents, little kids, family, friend members who partaked in the graduation, and to see you embarrass your ass like that. And the news articles, ladies and gentlemen, she is highly for based of what I read. I don't think she was highly intelligent because she did this shit. But articles say that she's very highly intelligent. She has a very high GPA. She got a lot of schools that is offering her money to go to school. Baby girl, let me tell you something in this society, and I don't mean this as a racial thing. I don't, but it is true. For people of my skin complexion, people of my community, it is true. Sometimes you do have to work twice as hard, three times as hard to get less, at least half of less of what you're trying to earn. That is a fact here in America. Baby girl, you can get your school college fund offer letters rescinted if this thing has surfaced. And you best believe if you go for a PWI university, you bet your bottom dollar they're going to rescind their offer letter because they don't want the ratchets in. They don't want the ghetto at their PWI, right? There's no race about it, right? This is no race. This is not a political podcast, but they don't want that shit in their university. Hell, maybe even the HBCUs might say this is not what we stand for as people of our color, people of HBCU, people of our community. This is not what we stand for. And now she's upset. She's upset. She's gone viral because obviously we're talking about her here on our show, but she's gone viral with this thing. Folks, I gotta say, when is it going to be enough? I'm here to tell you guys that this is not a good look for us. It's not. It's not a good look for us because that's why our counterparts bring in these stereotypes about us because we do shit and things like this. We're helping them prove their point. That young lady. Now you can't for schools. You can't keep your. They can't keep your diploma. They have to give you your diploma, right? They legally have to. We have to do better as a society so we can prove these people wrong. I don't know who her parents are. I said I blame social media and TikTok, but I also blame the parents. I do. Because if the parents saw this and applaud this thing and think that this was okay to do, then yes, I'm blaming the parents. Now, I don't twerk. I don't booty pop. I don't. As a man, I don't do that. But when I'm going through graduation, and I can't really say too much with college because I graduated in 2020. It was COVID. We didn't really have graduation. But if I'm going through graduation, commencement, or business meeting, or something of that importance, where pictures are taken, history's been made for your family. She could have been the first generation in her family to graduate high school. I don't know. I wouldn't have not done that. And by the grace of God, and I can't say my parents taught us well, right? My parents ain't perfect, but my parents taught me well, and I know better to not do these things. And I'm glad my sisters, when they graduated, I'd be damn if they doing that shit and my dad's in the room, right? There comes a moment where we have to really look at ourselves and say, okay, why do we do the things we do? And that young lady, as many people say that she was intelligent, she got a high GPA. I don't think she was intelligent in that moment. I think what she thought was gonna happen, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get it on camera, I'm gonna go viral. We have to stop infatuating ourselves to trying to go viral all the damn time. Because let me tell you, that viralness sometimes could lead to destruction, right? And I know all too well about posting things that I shouldn't have. I don't do that now, but I back in the day, I used to post, some things I probably shouldn't have not posted, and it came back and bite me in the ass. It really did. So yes, I'm a victim to it to a certain extent because that and those things I did, I was very young, I didn't know, right? At the age of 30, I'm not gonna be posting anything risque that's gonna because I'm trying to go viral. It might fuck up my life. And I pray for that young lady because I think everybody should have the opportunity to go to college, but I wouldn't be surprised if these colleges that she claims that she's getting offer letters to or getting grant money or scholarship money to, they might resent that. Colleges have the right to say, well, we offer you this, but this scandal or this viral moment or you did this, we that's not what we do at our university, so we're gonna have to rescind our offer. A lot of jobs. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. Let me tell you something. If you're watching this podcast, sweetheart, I hope you are. Let me tell you something. Social media is forever. What you post on social media of that caliber lives on forever. You cannot delete that post. If you post it on yours, you get it's already on 10 other people's social medias. It's on 20 other people's TikToks. 30 other people are talking about it. It's on 40 other people's podcast. That is forever. And let me tell you something. These jobs, they go out and look for shit. They go out, they look for shit, they start fishing. And when they start fishing, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, we hired this young lady, but she was booty popping at her graduation when she was walking across stage." That's not what we stand for as a company. We may not be able to offer her a job. You could be out of a job. Your college funding could be rescinded because you did a stupid, stupid thing. Doing a split, booty shaking in front of grandparents, parents, mothers, fathers, sons, sisters. Ancestry is there, right? History is there. Other professionals are there and they see that shit. It's not going to look good for you, boo boo. All because you want to go viral, right? You want to go viral. So people are talking about you to get that little 15 minutes of fame. And we talking about it now, right? But I mean, it'll blow over, right? Because something else will go viral, right? And you'll be last year's news, right? But those are the things you shouldn't do. I say to our community, we got to do better. I say to my fellas, sometimes we got to do better. My ladies, because this was a girl who did this. My ladies, we got to do better. We got to do better, right? Because they're already giving us that stereotype, right? We already been given that stereotype, and you guys are just helping them prove that damn point. Easy, easy money. So I'm going to turn it over to our podcast anchors here on the show. Well, we promise you guys a beefy, long podcast. I'll come back on the camera to close out the show. Take it away.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Talk Trends. I'm Emma Johnson, your friendly tech reviewer, and today we're absolutely buzzing about Summer Game Fest 2026. What an event, Marcus! Truly a legendary raid boss of gaming showcases, wouldn't you say? It arrived with such an impact, effectively replacing the traditional E3 with something far more global and inclusive. Jeff Keighley hosted it at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, drawing in blockbuster publishers, innovative indie developers, and millions of fans ready for the future of gaming.
Absolutely, Emma. Marcus Thompson here bringing you the news, and it was indeed a monumental showcase. From its origins as a spiritual successor to E3, Summer Game Fest 2026 has firmly established itself as the gaming world's premier global event. Across multiple showcases, we saw electrifying world premieres, raw gameplay reveals, and critical industry announcements. This demonstrated unequivocally that gaming remains one of the fastest-moving entertainment industries globally, revealing what comes next for players across all major platforms and ecosystems worldwide.
It's incredible to see how SGF has expanded its reach and influence. It's no longer just a platform for announcements. It's a global phenomenon that unites the entire gaming ecosystem. Major platform holders, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, alongside countless PC and cloud gaming developers, all converge to showcase their next big things. The event truly underscores gaming's dynamic nature, constantly pushing boundaries in creativity and technology. It felt less like a trade show and more like a vibrant, interconnected festival for everyone passionate about interactive entertainment, solidifying its role as a key industry leader.
Indeed, Emma. The atmosphere surrounding SGF 2026 felt like a true celebration of gaming's past, present, and future. Fans from around the world eagerly tuned in, experiencing the thrill as trailers exploded across screens and social media buzzed with speculation. Developers presented years of hard work, highlighting how gaming continues to expand beyond traditional boundaries. This includes deeper storytelling, cinematic presentation, enhanced community engagement, and groundbreaking technological innovation. It's truly a critical event for tracking industry trends and predicting future developments, shaping where we play next.
What truly stood out for me this year was the strong emphasis on gaming's evolution beyond just mechanics. We saw incredible strides in storytelling and cinematic presentation, showing how games are becoming powerful vehicles for narrative. It's not just about winning or high scores anymore. It's about immersive worlds, complex characters, and emotionally resonant experiences that rival any film or novel. This push towards richer narratives is making gaming accessible and appealing to an even broader audience, cementing its place as a universal art form that truly captivates and connects us all.
I completely agree, Emma. The focus on storytelling and cinematic quality truly showcases the medium's maturity. SGF 2026 highlighted numerous titles pushing the envelope in narrative depth and player immersion. This blend of technological innovation and creative ambition means games are offering more profound and engaging experiences than ever before. It's a testament to developers who are not just building worlds, but crafting compelling stories that captivate and resonate. This unique combination of technology and narrative clearly defines the bright future of interactive entertainment, promising even richer, more meaningful experiences ahead.
The palpable excitement surrounding SGF 2026 wasn't just confined to the stage. It radiated outwards to the global community. The way fans engaged, the shared anticipation, the immediate reactions across platforms, it really solidified gaming's unique power for fostering connection. It underscored how critical it is for developers and event organizers to connect directly with their audience, creating a sense of belonging and shared discovery. This collective experience, whether you're a PlayStation loyalist, an Xbox enthusiast, or a PC gamer, is what truly makes SGF special and ensures its continued success.
That collective energy is undeniable, Emma. Whether you're a PlayStation fan, Xbox player, PC enthusiast, or Nintendo supporter, there truly was something for everyone. And that widespread appeal and the need to communicate effectively brings us to an interesting challenge we tackled this week. We were asked to consider how to capture this excitement and drive action, specifically through an audio-only medium like a radio advertisement. It's about translating that vibrant visual spectacle into a purely sonic experience that still resonates deeply with listeners.
Oh, yes, the Radio Ad Challenge. It's a fascinating exercise in translating the vibrant visual spectacle of SGF into something purely auditory, yet still compelling. The prompt outlines several essential components, starting with an attention-grabbing opening hook. So, Marcus, how do we craft that initial audio impact for an event as grand and globally significant as Summer Game Fest 2026, keeping in mind the need for vivid, descriptive language to create mental images for our listeners?
Excellent question, Emma. For a radio ad, that hook must be instant and memorable. I'd suggest starting with a distinct sound effect, something that immediately evokes gaming excitement. Imagine. Followed by a direct, intriguing question to hook the listener. Tired of the same old feeds? Ready to level up your entertainment? This immediately targets our audience. Then we introduce the product and primary benefit. Summer Game Fest 2026, your ultimate portal to the future of interactive entertainment.
Fantastic! That's a powerful start. Now we need to highlight 2-3 most appealing key features. Given what we've discussed about SGF, we can mention its sheer scope. Experience electrifying world premieres, breathtaking gameplay reveals, and exclusive developer insights covering every platform, from console to PC to cloud gaming. It's all here, designed just for you. Then, addressing a common issue, the fear of missing out or sifting through endless news feeds. Don't scroll through endless feeds, trying to piece together the biggest news. Summer Game Fest 2026 brings it all to you, live and direct, solving your quest for the ultimate gaming experience instantly.
Perfectly articulated, Emma. Now, to create that crucial time sensitivity and the unforgettable call to action, we need to build urgency. This isn't just an event, it's a global phenomenon happening for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to be part of gaming history. Then, the clear, memorable call to action, repeated for emphasis and rhythm. Tune in now. Visit sgf2026.com. That's sgf2026.com. Immerse yourself in the future of gaming. Find your adventure. Find your next obsession at sgf2026.com. Remember to
And that's gonna wrap it up. Hey, that's gonna wrap it up. Hey, Coffee Talk powered and presented by Spotify. Friday Night Lights-ish. Because I don't know, it might be uploaded on Saturday too. Well, we're working on that schedule, guys, I promise. But thank you guys so very much for staying tuned for the show. So this weekend, of course, we've got Kennedy Lucas Lift Mindset podcast between Saturday and Sundays upload. And then on, I believe on Monday night or Tuesday, me and Monica will be here for the audio version of Coffee Talk. So we want to thank everybody that's staying tuned and watching our content. We just have so much content to go and coming out for sure, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Please stay safe this weekend. It is a beautiful weekend is what I'm seeing on the weather count. The sun is out. So again, if you guys have the opportunity, if you're not working or you're not doing anything, step outside, get some of that sun, go to the park, go to the gym, go out to eat, to have some fun this weekend. I know I'm going to go see my siblings this weekend with my mommy. So it's going to be a fun weekend for us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys so very much for staying tuned for Coffee Talk, powered and presented by Spotify. We love you guys. Peace, love, and respect from our entire cast and crew here. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
We bring in good energy.
This has been Coffee Talk, presented by Spotify. From our cast, we thank you for listening.
Yeah.
May